Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at some tactically inspired pants from the company TearWild. Now TearWild reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in taking a look at some of their products, more specifically their cargo pants. And if there is any one sort of specific genre of product that I absolutely wear the most, it is cargo pants and tactical style cargo pants specifically. So in today's video, I think these will be very relevant. Now, if you look at the TearWild website, they have a whole bunch of different products, sort of tactically inspired outerwear, backpacks, different types of gear. But today, again, we are going to look at their pants. Now, as you get a real quick look at these, pretty straightforward in terms of the fact that many tactically inspired pants are going to be a ripstop material, and that is definitely what we have here. So you can see the checkering on the fabric here being that ripstop material. But these are what they're going to call their T20 multifunctional tactical pants, waterproof, tear-proof, and a number of different features here that, I think will actually make these a very nice offering for many different reasons. Now, if you like what you see here today, look in the description box below where you can get all of the relevant links for where you can find your own TearWild products. And whenever possible, I include links that either have discount codes and can save you some money, or they also help to support my channel. So again, if you like what you see here today, look in the description box below for all of the details. But the first thing I'm going to say is these are a nice mid-weight. A lot of tactical pants are very heavy, and these are not heavy. They're actually fairly light to the touch. They don't seem like they're going to weigh me down. They're not going to be incredibly thick, but they're thick enough where a nice mid-weight, they're going to breathe a little bit and just have good overall stretchy nature sort of on the hips, which helps in terms of general comfort for long-term use. And so these here, seen in gray. Now, I'm going to try these on in just a little bit to show you how these fit. But I typically wear a 32 waist, 34 length. We'll see how these fit. I'm kind of in that 6 foot, 170 pound mark. So again, you'll see how these fit. A number of features as I mentioned. So first off, across the top, nice generous belt loops. Now, I will test this with a 2-inch belt. I can say already 1.5-inch belt should fit through here, no problem. The only question is, will I be able to get a 2-inch belt through here for those larger tactical belts? Hard to say, but again, I will test that. Nice button in the front, seems to be fairly well attached with a solid rivet. As you look here at the fly, standard zipper down the front. Couple of pockets that I really like. The fact that sort of on that front thigh, you end up with a pocket right here. It goes down pretty far, down to about here, which is just over 6 inches. Now, what I typically like that for is pocket knife, something like that. That's going to work extremely well. I should also have the ability to slip my wallet in there, which I also like. And cell phones are going to be hard to say. I have a gigantic cell phone, but that even fits in there. So from that perspective, this type of pocket right here really does enhance my user's experience, and I love that on the front of the pants. This to me is literally the perfect pocket, and I am thrilled that it's there. Little ring, so key ring there. So you can see right on the front the ability to clip a carabiner and clip your keys, and then I'll typically dangle them around into my pocket. So clip them off, dangle them around. You could clip gloves if you're in that sort of operator style role, or if you use these for, general outdoor use, that would certainly come in handy. Now this is plastic and it feels like it's going to be robust enough, but just keep in mind the fact that, it's plastic, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems with it, but it's, not metal or anything like that. So again, just something worth noting. Now, as you take a look at the pockets on the side, I also very much enjoy this cut. The way that the pockets come down and then they angle. This is key for a couple of reasons. Now we'll take a look at the inside. Pretty standard ripstop material on the inside. Fairly deep pockets, standard depth. But again, going back to that cut, the fact that I can take my knife or my flashlight, slip it in my pocket, it's fully reinforced, and slide that right down there means I have full access to my pocket with my pocket knife or my flashlight being completely out of the way. Again, great functionality, and I love how they did that. And that, of course, is the case on both sides. So again, very nicely done. As we work our way down the thigh, so the cargo pockets, we have a couple of different pockets here. So there's one more towards the front, which is a little bit smaller. Again, a fantastic size. If things go well, my phone will fit. Let's see how that goes. Now it's just a touch tight. However, I will say that my phone is going to fit pretty much. I can tell you already that's going to become my wallet pocket. Done. No problem. But what I do like that they did is you'll notice this sits down nice and flat, but the front leading edge is gusseted. So as you put gear in here, it actually flops open just a bit, buys you the space that you need, and then comes back to perfectly flat when you don't need it. I always prefer Velcro enclosures. That's what you get over the top. So again, from a design perspective, I definitely like that. Double stitched right down, pretty standard, but again, nicely done. Double stitched where you need it. And then this pocket here, as we open this up, a little bit larger, pretty straightforward. But again, you'll notice that everything is gusseted and opens right up. So not only do these sit flat, but once you start loading them out, everything kind of pushes the way out that you need, and that works out very well. A nice large pocket, but in reality, it's actually kind of working its way more towards the side or rear of your leg at this point. So thigh, and then the mid to rear section of your leg. Now that was on the left-hand leg. On the right-hand leg, a full-sized pocket, very large. You'll see the sort of triple pleat design there. Opening this up, double Velcro on the inside. Very straightforward, not a lot to it. Just a large dump pouch pocket, all things considered. Again, a nice variety in pocket layout, and I like how they did that. They've added panels in strategic locations for better fit. You'll notice under the crotch here, just a little bit of a panel to kind of open up the pants, get everything to sit the way that it needs, give you a little bit of extra room and maneuverability. That's nice. Moving down the knees, articulated knees. Now you do not have the ability to slip pads in here. However, I would say you don't necessarily need it. Pretty straightforward in terms of the construction. Flipping these over to the back, again, very straightforward. You'll notice that they've separated the panel. So the knee section is its own fabric, it's its own panel, and it's articulated to help with general movement. The cuffs on the bottom of the pants, very straightforward, just a simple hem, not a lot to it. And finalizing the pockets on the rear, you can see pretty straightforward, wide pockets, actually very wide pockets, a little bit wider than I might personally like. Again, hard to say. A lot of times I will try to carry my phone in my rear pocket, and that's going to be flopping around, but testing will prevail. I don't want to really, strike any judgments right off the bat, but you can see right hand and left hand side, similar construction, very straightforward. Now these come in a few different colors. We've been looking at the gray, but a lot of people do like variety. So here we have the green. The green's kind of an olive color, but a little bit brighter, maybe just a little bit brighter. It doesn't have a ton of that sort of brownish drab in it. It's somewhere between olive and a forest green. Again, all that same general construction, all the same features, and the stitching is, it's not two-tone by any means, but you'll notice that the stitching just has a little bit of a subtle difference in terms of the color green, which I like. I like that it sort of enhances the look, and I like that it has a little bit of contrast just standing off. The stitching on the green sticks out just a little more than what you see on the gray, but again, to me, that enhances the overall look, and I definitely like it. Black is always very classy. I like having black in my lineup because I can actually get away with these in a little less casual of a situation, a little more formal, without really sticking out and looking like I'm wearing these crazy tactical pants. The pockets kind of melt away if I wear a nice clean black shirt just with nice clean crisp logos, or just really want to present a little bit better. Having black, in my opinion, always works very well for those needs. So again, the black is awesome, very nice. And last but not least here, the khaki. Now, what we're going to do is they did not have a 32-34 in the khaki. So I have a 32-32, which I will demonstrate how that looks just so that you can get an understanding of the length of the pants and kind of make a judgment call where you think these might work for you. And so right away, I can tell you, I love the way these feel. Again, that mid-weight, they're not heavy, but they're not light. They're perfect. They're that perfect middle ground where, you know, if it's cold outside, you might just be a little bit chilly, but if it was hot outside, you're definitely still going to get a little bit of air movement and not be terribly hot. These are not going to weigh you down. Now, in terms of the fit, these are slightly baggier than what I've been wearing lately. I'm tending these days to wear a slightly more form-fit pair of pants, but maybe just a touch of extra fabric through some of these areas. But again, not bad. And I do have to say, the length is about perfect. Again, I am 6 feet tall. A lot of my height comes through my legs, and so you can see that the pants generally fall right where they're supposed to. Not a ton of extra fabric, and these work very well. I have between a 32 and 33 inch waist, and this waist is perfect. I love that stretchy material, good and comfortable. These are not going to wear on my hips or bother me throughout the day. These are going to be very comfortable, and even without a belt, I do have to say these fit just about perfect. I would not need a belt to get away with wearing these in almost any scenario without feeling like they're gonna fall down. Now again, these here in khaki are the 32-32. I could definitely get away with these. You can see just a little bit less fabric here, and in terms of the fit down around the boots, seemingly just about right. Now, for me, the issue comes when I sit down. You know, they end up kind of hiked up a little bit too high, so I do prefer 34 in my opinion and for my needs. But again, you can see the 32-32 for someone at my height seemingly fitting very well. But if you need a belt, TearWild also having belts. So this is one of their Cobra belts. Pretty straightforward design here. You can see Cobra buckle style. And this here with the gray webbing. They also offer black, olive green, and khaki. So I can either color coordinate with my pants if I so choose, or pick that nice alternate color to play off of these. But again, that Cobra style belt. So again, you know, here in the gray, looking very good, tying everything together. Nice and stout sound. Has a little bit of a shock keeper so that you can keep that extra at bay. These belts are quite long. Depending on your needs, you may find that you want to cut yours down and then just melt the ends, or again, you know, just completely depends on what you're trying to do. So nice long belt, sort of a universal fit, and should work for most people. Now, as I mentioned, just testing that 1 3/4 webbing. So you can see here, looks like the TearWild belt is just about that big, maybe a little smaller. So you're not going to have any problem with your larger webbing belts. That should fit through there without any problem. So that's going to work out nicely for many people depending on their needs. Phone, wallet, pocket knife, flashlight, keys, and a number of other items if I so choose. So with that, the TearWild pants, definitely nice. And so, all right, guys, there you have it. A look at these awesome pants from TearWild. Again, just nicely done, nice features, generally well made and definitely comfortable. They fit me well. They have just a great overall weight. I love this weight. It's the perfect thickness and the perfect overall construction. These are great. Now, again, I've had a ton of tactical style cargo pants, like a ton of them. And there's not a lot that find this nice middle ground. Many of them are very thick, very heavy. I've only had a couple of pairs that really find that sweet spot, and I think these do it. So these would be great for spring and fall in cooler areas. These would be awesome for, maybe warmer climates, but towards the winter time, if you wanted something that's just going to keep you warm but not too thick. You might struggle if it's cold and blustery and blowing and windy and snowing and all that stuff, but overall, nice product. So, to the people at TearWild, thank you for providing these for review. For the rest of you, look in the description box below where, again, I have all of the relevant links, discount codes when available, and hopefully the ability to save a little bit on these awesome pants. And if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless channel, which is more of my primary gear. On that channel, I cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, all the gear that goes with it. So from sleep systems, shelter systems, knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, you name it, that's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.